Hey guys, today we're playing Ark Survival Evolved, and we're playing Primitive Plus on a private Xbox server. As you can see by the buttons down there, those are all controller signs instead of the regular numbers for the PC. And we're playing Primitive Plus version 17592, which we'll point to, which just got updated pretty recently on the Xbox, so I thought I would check it out. And Primitive Plus is a lot different from the regular vanilla game. And one of those big differences is really the kitchen aspect, or just really planting your foods, the greenhouse. So there's a lot more seeds and things to grow, as well as things to cook, like pizza, and you can make organic oil and stuff like that. So in this video, we're just going to be placing down some of the new items and crafting centers you can use in Primitive Plus, mainly based around food. As you can see over there is my unfinished crafting area, which just says thatch and a few dinos over there and some other stuff, but maybe I'll make a video on that some other time. But for right now, I am going to be making this kitchen. So first of all, suppose we could get started on this, which is actually just my personal room, but there's some pipes in here. Now, the first thing we're going to be placing down is the fermenting barrel, which is a lot like the beer barrel in I guess vanilla Ark. And I believe you can snap that one onto water pipes, but it looks like you can't snap this one into a water pipe, so you might have to irrigate it by hand with water jars, which is quite interesting. So let me just demolish this pipe. That kind of sticks out there. I can change that later, that's going to be fine. And I'm actually seeing this stuff for the first time too, just capped it all up. And here's the barrel. It looks a little smaller than the beer barrel in vanilla. And make fermented beverages does not require fuel as a source. As a fuel source. Does not require as a fuel source. Anyway, this one doesn't just make beer. It also makes, I believe, a different kind of beer, and then wine, and then I think one other thing. I believe you still use natural berries to make it. I believe you use grapes as one of the new growable plants for the wine. That would obviously make some sense. I don't know why I was looking at my inventory there. So I believe that is that. I will not be using most of the stuff today because I have not even finished my greenhouse. I'll have to show that off in a different video. Today we're just building the kitchen. Alright, so first off, here's the baker's... Oh, second off. First. This is the baker's oven, which I believe you would use to cook things like the pizza after you made all the ingredients. So, guess I'll start putting this stuff around. So I'll put this here actually. And place. Alright, this thing looks pretty cool. It says inventory must contain a fuel such as wood or thatch to light the fire. Bakes items when lit. I believe you'd put things like pizza dough in here and cook it to make the actual pizza. That's cool. Next up is the Cauldron, which I believe is just like the Prim Plus version of the cooking pot, or although the cooking pot is still in the game, you can still make it and everything, but I think this is just a better version, more slots and whatnot, and I'll be putting this right next to the water source here. Alright, that's down. Yeah, there's a lot more slots in here than there is in the regular cooking pot in vanilla. I think that one has like 10 slots. This one has more than triple. Or quadruple, actually. And yeah, just a regular cooking pot, and you can use it to make recipes, kibbles, that sort of thing. And yeah, you just fill it up, with the water jar. I have some actually right here to irrigate it, because I don't believe you can place this on a water pipe to actually have it self-irrigating. So it has a water jar. Here it is. And you can just cook all your recipes in there, as well as your custom recipes if you have that setting turned on in your server. Alright. Some more stuff here. Just threw away some spilled meat there. I don't know why that annoys me so much. Next up is the grill. This is the, I believe, modern cooking grill, which is just a kind of like one of those gigantic grills, the metal ones you build on vanilla to cook meat faster. This is just one of those, except for a fuel source, you have to use crude oil. Now I believe I will be putting this one. I think I'll put this right here. Alright, got some meat on there already. Now, yeah. Oil is a fuel source, and then you can just put some raw meat in there, and it will cook it a lot faster than normal. So that's pretty standard. Next up is the juice press. Okay, this is a little bigger than I thought it would be. Juice presser. I think I'll put this right here. And this is a barrel, and that metal then goes down and just presses all the juice out of your berries. Now I already have one of them learned. So I will need 60 arma berries and 1 cane sugar, which is something you can grow. It's one of the new seeds. And you put that all up in here, and then you make that juice. And there's obviously a lot more juices. I just only have the arma berry one learned right now. I think there's Mojo, or Mejo, the blue one, Azul berry, and all those other berries in here. Alright, let me put some of the new stuff in my hopper. Got some of the chairs. Got a lumber bench. There's a barrel. Now there is 2 things in Primitive Plus I have not included in this video because I feel like they're a little unnecessary, especially for indoors. One of them I just feel like isn't worth it. I'll show that one now. I believe you learn it at level 30. Alright, it's right here, the industrial grill. So obviously this one is very, very expensive for the requirement. 650 iron ingots, 200 steel, which if you don't know, you just have to put, I believe, carbon and steel into a furnace and then it'll make steel, or carbon and iron into a furnace, and then that converts it to steel. So I just didn't put this one in here or make it because it's very expensive, and as you can see here, you need to use coal as a fuel source, and you have to mine obsidian for that. It's just really rare, so I feel like this basically does the same thing, but you can use crude oil, which I feel like is a lot easier to come by. So there's that. Alright, I believe I put him in my hopper. I guess next up I'll just make a little table here, a little place to eat. Oh, this is actually smaller than I thought. This is all the lumber stuff, because I feel it's suiting since this is Primitive Plus. So I'll put this right here. It could have been straighter, but alright. Guess I'll put down the bench also, which doesn't really feel like you'd put, say this near a table, but actually, I'm not even sure where to get this on. Let me jump up here. Oops. So, let's sit down here, eat a meal. Also got some, oops. Seem to be stuck. Oh, just move that out of there. Alright, I also got some chairs. Looks like I'll have to jump on the table for the chairs too. Place this one right here. Oops. Here. And here. I know I didn't line everything up straight or correctly or that much, but I guess this is how you normally keep the chairs when everything went perfect. And there is a glue drop dropping inside of my base right now. That's pretty annoying. May just wait for that to be over and then I'll cut back to the video. Looks like I use it. Alright, now that that's over, I believe I can continue with the video. Now the next thing. Well, first of all, I said there are 2 things I didn't include in this video. I just showed you one, the giant industrial grill that I don't think is really necessary. Seeing as you need coal, and the other one is the preserving campfire, which is basically a preserving box. But you know, it just uses spark powder and it keeps everything fresh. But it's just kind of really big, and I don't think it would really look that great in the kitchen. So I'm just going to be using the regular preserving bin, as you can see right here. Now let me get back inside. Alright, now the next item is the crafting, or food crafting bench of some sort of that name. I guess I'll put this right here. Alright, cooking station is called. I'm a little stupid. Alright, now this is where you can make most of the good stuff. Let's see, we got icing, tomato sauce, pizza dough, cake batter, pancake batter, bread dough, and biscuit batter. Now most of these things I believe take cane sugar, or well, that one takes tomato, salt, organic oil. Now it is kind of hard to make a lot of this stuff, and to make a lot of this stuff you need to have a really big greenhouse growing almost all of the vegetables and fruits and what have you that you need to make all of this. Let me actually just show you really quick all the different seeds that are in Prim Plus. Yeah, so these are all of them. There's a lot. There's the normal ones in here, and then there's stuff like, let's see. Well, actually, that's a normal one. There's a grape seed. Tobacco you can use to make cigarettes. Tea seeds. I believe one of these is a tree. This is a lettuce seed. This is the tree? No, that's stemberry. Rice seed. Long grass, those are some of the normal ones. Let's see. Rock carrot. Coffee. Oh, I didn't know I could make coffee. That'd be cool. Wheat. Tomato. Cashew tree. Here it is. So, there's some tree you can actually grow. I will probably be making another video trying to grow all of those things and actually make some of the stuff in here, because it is very time consuming and very hard to make all this. I'm not sure if there's really that much of a payout. Let me just take a drink. Now this is a firewood holder, which, smaller than I thought, which I do believe looks pretty cool. Well, these two things I don't take wood, so I guess I'll put it between them. Put this right here. So this holds firewood, and I believe then it could spoil into here. Because in Prim Plus also there is fresh firewood, and then you can make it into dry firewood, which burns extremely long time. You could, I think, cook like 100 iron ingots in a forge with only like 5 firewood. I actually don't have any right now. Let me just throw some wood in. Oops. Make some of this. Now these are just the lumber stations in Prim Plus, and you can use them to make wood planks, which makes all the lumber housing. Or you can make fresh firewood. And as you can see, there's a spoil timer, and once it spoils, let me just take some of this. It will become dry firewood, and it will burn very, very long. So you can just throw some of this. Although I'm pretty sure that the fresh firewood will spoil in about anything, but I believe you can use this to, maybe it'll speed up the process. Maybe it's just decorative. I don't know why I can't find the wood. Here it is. Probably put my cursor over it 100 times. Alright, and it will spoil and it'll become dry firewood, and then you just use it as oil for the... Actually, you can't use it for the grill. What am I talking about? You have to use oil for this, but you can use it for the baker's oven, which I believe takes about anything if it's... Alright, now I believe... let's see what's next. The hanging shelf, which is just a storage chest, but you can put on a wall. I think it's... I don't know. It just looks pretty good. Don't have to put anything on the floor. I think it blends in here pretty well. Modern hanging shelf. Ooh, actually. I think that might be purely decorative. I'm not sure I could put anything in here. Doesn't seem to have an inventory. Oh wait, here it is. Alright, so this seems to just be like probably double the size of a normal chest, but it's very small. You can put on a wall. The I guess the hitbox you would call it or something. To access it is pretty weird. You kind of have to point out. So this is a normal large storage box, but just reskinned for Prim Plus, so that's a little bit bigger. So I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. Preserving bin. keep all the meats fresh. I guess I'll put this. I guess I'll just put this next to the modern grill. So you can line this up here. Try not to make everything perfect. A lot of the stuff is crooked, I know. Eh, good enough. So, you know, regular preserving meat, spark powder meat. All the good stuff. Alright, and I believe the last item I have here is just a barrel. Just more storage. Put that right here. Prim plus storage barrel. I think that's the same as the regular barrel over here. Or regular barrel, regular storage barrels. Yeah. Here is actually the bonfire, which is a Prim plus item to cook meat, but cooks meat, I think, 3 times faster than a normal fire. But now that I have this grill, I probably won't be needing that anymore. Alright, so I think that's all the items that you should need to make all of the new craftables in Primitive Plus food-wise. Barrel, fruit presser. Actually, this kitchen could have been a little smaller. And obviously this whole area is made out of lumber. That's lumber ceiling, lumber floor, lumber walls. And here's actually the lumber glass window, which is just the frame. Like, doesn't actually, you can't actually see the glass. It's just blank, essentially. Actually made some walls. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, like in the picture, you can see how it kind of looks like there's glass there, but if I try to put it down, like, look at this. Actually, maybe they updated, and now you can kind of see a tint. I think before you used to be able to see right through it. It might have been a glitch. Actually, that does look pretty good. Let me just demolish this. Might do another episode in all the different structures, but actually, you can kind of see a little tint here. Well, that should about wrap up the video. Alright then, see you guys later.